Hello everyone, welcome back to the Taking Back Sunday Backtracking episode. This is part 2, and we're going to kick it off with their fifth album, Taking Back Sunday. Released in 2011, it would be their first through Sire as well as Warner Brothers Records, and it was produced by Eric Valentine. Now, the background. So a big change for this one was the departure of Matt Rubano and Matthew Fozzy, and soon they were replaced by Sean Cooper and John Allen respectively, bringing the band back to the original lineup for Tell All Your Friends. The way that the band promoted the album was also pretty cool. They played a venue called Maxwell's in Hoboken, New Jersey, shooting footage for the music video for the song El Paso, the first song on the album. As they were filming, they asked fans in the video to turn off any recording devices that they had available, where they played 3 songs: the aforementioned El Paso, another new song titled Faith, or in brackets When I Let You Down, and an acoustic version of their song Great Romances of the 20th Century, as a B-side track. Later the band released This Is All Now as the second proper single, helping to gain more interest. Now let's talk about the lineup briefly, shall we? After the band played Soundwave in 2010, Matt Rubano sent song ideas when they got back home, but those ideas were ignored. Matthew Fozzy soon got the call that he'd been let go too. Another weird thing is that Mark said that the band were miserable without John and Sean around, and I can sort of hear it here, to be honest. It feels like the band are more focused now. Still, at first it was mostly John and Adam trading ideas, with neither man being sure at first until something just clicked between them. Even to the point where the whole band wrote 7 of the album songs in the space of about a week, something that would have taken the band about 6 months to do normally. It's just another sign of how much easier the atmosphere was for the band at the time. The band even got good touring chances from it, playing at the Bamboozle Festival and the Warped Tour, and also touring with bands like The Maine, This Time Next Year, who I miss so dearly, and New Found Glory. And it's all worth it, I think. The structure is steady and carried well, with amazing production and a more stripped-down style and tone, and lyrics cover self-belief, love, and hope, all handled in a mature way, and the bands are no slouches either. Adam's vocals sound more versatile, weighty, and ranged. John's own vocals are solid and his riffs are pretty slick. Eddie's own guitar work is pretty good too. Sean's bass makes a welcome return with good thickness and drive. And Mark's drumming is heavy, speedy, and punchy. Standard songs include El Paso, You Got Me, Faith, or When I Lay You Down. It doesn't feel a thing like falling, and my favourite in the closing song, Call Me in the Morning. The band's self-titled effort is a great culmination of their sound up until that point, still accessible, mature, and produced, written, and performed well. So yeah, I can recommend that one. This one. That. Yeah. We then reached their 6th album, Happiness Is. Released in 2014, it was their first through Hopeless. It was produced by Mark Jacob Hudson and Marcus Sapone. Now, background. So, to tie into the fact that the writing process for the previous album was easier, the band started working on material for Happiness Is before the last album was even released. But they didn't just write all those ideas down, as even they knew that change was bound to happen, so it's a good reason why there's a 3-year gap between this and their 5th album. Of course, they also kept busy in 2012 doing an anniversary tour for Tell All Your Friends to celebrate 10 years since its release. After the tour was over, they spent most of their songwriting time in an old run-down colonial-style house, despite the members all living in different states still. Another helpful factor was the trust that the band had in the producers, and since I know for a fact that I've talked about Mark and Mike before, they both did pretty solid work here as well. Once again, it's like with the band's last album, it feels like there's a big weight lifted and everything just feels easier without them resting on their laurels. Sorry. A factor in that was that both producers were friends with the band already, but certain circumstances just prevented either man from being able to help the bands out in the studio beforehand. Just didn't really line up properly. Stars, couldn't do it, not that day. Another new change was more experimentation, with the violins and cellos returning alongside usage of a vocoder, which I think might be a first for backtracking. Hell, they weren't even signed to Hopeless when they reached the studio, so they got to do a lot of stuff unrestricted, which I think was a really good option, and since Hopeless is independent, it works well in the band's favour, and it all paid off too. The album did well commercially and critically, and the band got to tour the US with the Used and the Word Live, and later took over Europe with Mama's and Bliss Kids. And it's not hard to see why. I like the album's structure and maturity, and the amazing production value on hand is never a bad thing. The lyrics covering dark periods in life, lost love, pain and family all sound and feel more honest and heartfelt, and the band are great to hear as well. Ada's vocals focus more on punch, still with good range and diction to them. John's vocals have range and good weight, as his and Ray's riffs are solid, fast and chunky. Sean's bass is deep toned and heavy, and Mark's drumming is paced out and hits heavy super well here. Standard songs include Flicker Fade, Better Homes and Gardens, Stood a Chance, Beats Up Car, and my favourite in Like You Do. Showing their maturity and a new sense of easiness, Taking Back Sunday showcased great production, performances, tone, pacing, and emotion. So I can recommend this one. And finally, sorry, we reached the band's 7th album, Tidal Wave, released in 2016 through Hopeless again. It would be produced by Mike Sapone. It's the band's longest album at 47 minutes and 50 seconds. Now, onto the background. In terms of writing, this one was also another easy one to put down, as the band had ideas for it but they were on the touring cycle for Happiness Is. To be honest, I'm surprised this one didn't take as long, especially since John Nolan was expecting a second child after late 2015. Maybe the writing process between tours made to help balance that out? I can't really say. The production process was also easier, though, as the band had the chance to track each instrument recording and listen to them back instead of just listening to one idea at a time and struggling as they had with previous albums. So, thanks, Microphone. You'd be a good dude for helping out that way. Good stuff. Another thing that helped was that as John was expecting a second kid, he wanted to move closer to the studio, but they couldn't find one at first. That's when a friend of the band's engineer Mike Pepe told Adam Lazar about a studio that he used to work at called Susu Studios, which wound up becoming the perfect place to record, even to the point that Mike Sapone, who lived really far away from that place, got invited to take a look for it and fell for it immediately. So that adds a good atmosphere to it all, which bleeds into the album proper too. At this point, the band were inspired by a lot of other seventh albums by bands they looked up to, seeing Tidal Wave as a chance to push themselves, and at a point where they continue to mature and grow, that's really saying something. The touring opportunities were good as well, as they took part in 2016 Taste of Chaos tour to promote it, and after the album came out, the band played smaller, more intimate venues where they performed the album in its entirety in 2017. They later performed at Rock on the Range of Riot Fest too. Also, quick thing while I remember, John's first son sings at the end of Call Come Running. I'll explain why. See, John put his son to bed one night and heard him singing the song's chorus. He recorded it, showed it to the band, and they liked it, so they actually put it on the album, and it's just kind of adorable. Anyway, yeah, the structure is more restrained but rarely super slow, and still has really good energy and such, and lyrics go for more personal things like family demons, addiction, and pain. And the band continue to age just like a fine wine and to find cheese to go with it. Adam and John's vocals soar with good impact and balance. John and Adrian's solos are nice and punchy. There is actually some solos on the song which surprised me. John's bass is deep and tonal, and Mark's drumming is paced out heavy and hearty. Standards will include Holy Water, the title track, We Don't Go In There, All Excess, and my favourite in Call Come Running. Tidal Wave is the band at their emotional best, in my opinion, with great maturity, accessibility, writing, and production. I can recommend this one. So, let's round them up. Man, it's actually hard to pick favourite, as I actually genuinely liked all the albums. But I think my favourite might be Happiness Is. It was just nice to hear the band without as much pressure, and they sound like they're having a lot more fun, and it goes to a lot more weird places that all really work within the context of the album. Least favourite... Oh man, I don't really want to choose. It's like with While She Sleeps. I don't really want to choose a least favourite because I actually genuinely liked all these. Maybe their debut? It wasn't even terrible, just that the band were very early to noughties emo, and a lot of those tropes stuck to that album. But it was still a solid debut, and the band still did all that they could to make damn sure of that. Anyway, join me next time where I cover Isla Vista, California's own Ugly Kid Joe. Yeah, looking forward to doing that one, I'm not gonna lie. As always, thank you for watching. Yours. Bye-bye.